A lot of people have become creative in the pandemic. But what is the reason of that? That's not important. But today I would like to share some of my own experience in a new field of creativity that I have been dabbling with. So there are two things. It's okay to be creative, to find something interesting, just like singing a song or doing a little bit here and there. But what does it really take to take that skill to another level? Make it pro or professional type. How much? How many hours? What are the cognitive skills? So I emphasize deliberate effort and knowing that unless until you spend that kind of time is not coming. You stay where you stay. So it's very important to understand something about that aspect of the maintaining creativity and making something out of it and blending it with other domains of expertise that you may already have. So I'm sorry for some noise that you might hear. A lot of plumbing work is going around and I have no control over those things. And maybe later when I have something like a studio. Please enjoy this and then I come back and say a couple of words. I've come over here in the morning and I'm trying to take some morning shots. I mean, it's after long, many years that I have woken up in the morning, I think. So this is my setup and it feels great. The sun is about to come up. Any creativity is a big commitment. You have to get up and you have to be at it. I mean, it's quite possible you might not get anything. But then you have to show up, as they say. And that is already quite a bit. But you have to show up all the time till you have got a hold on some of these things. And it requires that kind of grit, which is like being very positive towards the craft. And particularly when you are learning a new craft, and it takes the extra effort that time. But later on, maybe you can give some little time. But as you're starting, you have to be at it till all the small skills and adjustments have taken place. And I would like to believe that there is some kind of a window, as they say, a critical period in language acquisition. There is some kind of a window, and that window has to be respected. And then only these complex skills can come into you, and you have to be at it. And I think it's not really what is the end product. End product is about marketing or about being presented. But I think it's the process. You can see the glimpse of the product in the process itself if you are at it. It doesn't really, call for extraordinary investigation. So like I'm observing the light changing in this river now as the sun is about to come up. But I have never trained myself for this. I really don't know what that means. Light changing and chasing light for photography or for painting or for... Is photography an art? If I had this orthodox view that it probably is not an art like painting. I always like to paint. But then I realized that the great American photographer Ansel Adams was no less an artist than Winslow Homer. It all depends on the perspective and what you do with the craft and the complexity of the creativity. These pictures I shot and I color graded. I learned quite a bit in the process, taking things from mere interest to some other level and then getting into the whole idea of doing something better. Then what I learnt in the process is that it is important to think within the box, a new idea. And there's a good new book on this idea, then out of the box. Because you start focusing more sharply in getting most things, particularly from the context that you want to develop further. And that kind of focus is necessary. And I also understood how control develops as you mature in any art or other forms. You learn what not to consider, what not to pay attention to. And in photography, you learn what to show to the viewers, then what not to show them. I hope that you liked what I was explaining. The noise was problematic. Nevertheless, couple of things. So, being deliberate, you discover a lot about the schematic similarity between skills. It doesn't really matter what you already know very well. You can see something connecting from A to B and B to C. Well, most importantly, it takes a lot of hours of deliberate focus without thinking of a particular reward. I mean, reward might come, or you may already have a reward. But I don't have any reward in mind when I'm doing this learning. I'm trying to see if I can stretch my abilities and learn something new. At least cognitive science tells you so, that your cognitive flexibility can help you to do all this kind of stuff. So I'd like to hear what you think of this, and see you sometimes next. Thank you.